This content is the most valuable of all the content because it's community driven. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to the market and they're telling you what they like, what they don't like. They're telling you what they want to hear and what they don't want to hear. They're telling you what they want to know and what they don't want to know. And if you listen to them, you'll know exactly how to get and maintain their attention and other people like them, right? And that's how you build a community. That's how you build an audience. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you build a brand on social media. All right, so what I did is basically I created a course, and I'm not 100% ready. Hold on, because I don't want to use that audio. All right, so what I did was I put together a little course, and I'm going to teach you the course, document it, and then we can use this content to kind of follow and understand how this whole thing works. And we're going to also use you as especially since your Instagram is growing so big, so fast, I want to be able to utilize you as a demo, you know what I mean? To basically understand that, hey, this process helps build the community, helps build the brand, helps build the relationship with the audience. All right, so grab a pen and paper, equipment that's needed, and basically this is basically how to build a social media brand, how to build a personal brand, or to build a brand on social media. So equipment needed, basically what we use is the iPhone 7 Plus. I got written down 3 iPhone 7 Pluses. So if you have a smartphone, if you have a any small camera, like you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of equipment to get started with this whole thing, right? So the total equipment that we have, because we have more than just one iPhone, right? We got 3 individuals in T's Beauty, me, myself, Maya, right? Me, my son, and Tamara. Of course, y'all know her as T. So we have 3 phones that can have 3 different camera angles at any given time when we want to shoot something like this, right? Then we also have a Canon HD camera. It is a Vixia HF G20. I put G30. That's the one I wanted, but I got the 20 instead for obvious reasons, right? I was too broke to get the one I wanted. All right, so we got a Canon HD camera. This is like the high grade camera of a camcorder, but it's the professional version of a camcorder. We also have a Phantom 4 Advanced drone and a GoPro 3. So again, as you begin this journey, as you start building your personal brand and getting into the digital media realm, you can start buying more things. You can start buying more tools, right? More toys, different cameras, different drones, different camera stabilizers, all different types of stuff. But for now, just use your phone. Use your iPhone. Real easy. And if you have an Android, I feel sorry for you, but you can use that too. All right, so once you have your equipment established, that's the step one. Step one is to establish your equipment. If you have a cell phone, you've already established your equipment because number one, you have a microphone, a very high quality microphone, I might add, and you have a very high quality camera. All right, you got everything you need. Social platforms, number 2. I'm going to give you a list of all the social platforms that we believe that you should have a presence on if you're building a social media presence. And you want to be relevant in 2018, 19, and 20. Number 1 is Facebook. Not talking about a Facebook profile page. I'm talking about a Facebook fan page that represents your brand. So if that is your name, you need to have a Facebook fan page for you that says Elite Pierre, like mine. Make sure you follow it. Elite Pierre on Facebook. Get to it real quick. You can put ELITEPIE. All right. Second thing is, and of course, if you have more than just a personal brand, you're going to have, your business name as a Facebook page. You want to make sure you have those. All right. Second thing, because of where technology is and where attention is right now, podcast is the number 2 contender over next to Facebook. Podcast. No matter what you're doing, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what niche you're in, you need to start a podcast talking around whatever you are interested in. Whatever you do, whatever your brand is about, you got to have a podcast talking about that so you can get that audience there listening to you so you can have brand equity. That makes sense? All right. So podcast, phenomenal platform, and I want you to download this on your phone. That's going to be the actual first step you take. We're going to have you create a Facebook fan page for yourself and your brand. We're going to have you create a podcast today, and write this down. The app is Anchor, Anchor. All right, next one is Instagram. Some people might say Instagram goes at the top. Yes, I agree. Facebook, Instagram, podcast, YouTube is the next one. All four of these need to be the number one. There is no number one. All four of these platforms are the number one platform, if that makes sense. They all hold equal value as far as real estate, and you needed to be there. So Facebook, podcast, Instagram, YouTube. FPIU. Facebook, podcast, Instagram, YouTube. All right, so those are the top four. No, that's number one. Number two is Twitter. Get a Twitter for your brand. Leverage the attention that's there on Twitter. Twitter is excellent for collecting community feedback. If you think anytime, especially I'll use Tamara as an example, anytime she has a problem with a company, she goes to Twitter, she tweets at that company, gets a reply faster than you'll get emailing customer service or calling customer service. Twitter is an excellent listening platform. That's a nugget for everybody listening. Twitter is an excellent listening platform. Utilize Twitter search. All right. The next one is going to be the written format. So we've covered mostly video and audio already. This is when we're going to talk about the written format is a Medium page. So write this down. This is a whole nother platform. Medium.com. It's like a blog. It's like a page where you can create a profile and you can have a blog inside that platform. That's what it's for. And then Medium/blog. You need to have a blog because you want to distribute content to audiences in whatever form that they want to receive the content, right? So if they want to read, you want to give them the content in a written format. If they want to listen in a podcast format on the way to work, you want to give it to them in the audio format. If they want to watch videos, you want to get it to them in the video format. So you want all your content to be living in all places where people can go get it. All right. And then the last thing, and this is not last but not least, but this is LinkedIn. The reason why I left LinkedIn for last is because when you're building a personal brand, which you are, LinkedIn is absolute necessary. I would put LinkedIn up there with YouTube, Facebook, podcast, and Instagram when you're building a personal brand, right? When you're building a brand, LinkedIn doesn't play as far as much, right? You can build, like, you as a profile on LinkedIn can build a company page and then, work that company page. But LinkedIn is really, really more beneficial for a personal profile of a business professional. That makes sense? So you need a LinkedIn. So we're going to have you create one of those as well with this process. All right, so that's step two. Step two was the social platforms that you need an account with, and you need to have an active platform on. And we're going to help you create that active platform, right? This is just the foundation. All right, so here's the steps of execution. Everything, the first two was what we need. We need the equipment. We need the platforms. Everything up until this point is free. We already got the cell phone. We already can sign up for all these accounts for free, right? So number one, you're going to create a brand identity. Number one, create a brand identity. What's a brand identity? This is basically your name and your logo. Who are you and what do you look like? This is for your business. This is for your brand. This is for whatever you are trying to present to the world. Number two, create an account on all social platforms that we listed above. Facebook, podcast, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, blog, LinkedIn. Create an account on all social platforms with your brand identity. All right, number two, create an account on all social platforms mentioned above. Number 3, document your process. This is the fun part. And this is also the most challenging part you're going to face. Documenting your process versus trying to create. The creation process is going to come. What I want everybody to understand is when you're first getting started, the easiest thing to do is just document whatever you're doing. This is a perfect example. I created an outline, I'm teaching it to you, and all I did was turn on the camera, right? I'm not creating content for the camera. I'm creating content for the business, and I'm documenting the process. See what I'm saying? All right, so this is going to be in the form of a vlog, a video blog for anybody who doesn't know what that is, a Q&A show where people can ask you questions and you'll answer them. Now, in your instance, this could be about anything in the music industry. What software do you use to create your beats? How often do you create beats? How long does it take for you to get a beat from the very first drum hit to it's done and it's ready? Like, what does that process look like? Like, people can ask you these type of questions, you answer them, we create a show around that, providing value in how to engage and provide value to your audience. All right, interviews. When you're meeting with other artists, when you're meeting with other producers, when you're meeting with other musicians, right? Grab your phone, go to voice recorder, hit record, ask them for permission. Hey, can I use this for my podcast? Yeah, you can, sure. Boom, done. The podcast, if you think podcast all the time, even if you're using a camera, you'll always have everything that you need if you think podcast all the time. Because at a minimum, you can pull the audio from the video and never even use the video. Let's say the video was horrible, but the audio is good. We could pull that audio and put some other video on top of it that looks better as long as we got that audio. So think podcast all the time. And then, of course, keynote speeches. If anybody asks you to come talk about anything, record it. Like if anybody invites you to come speak, if anybody asks you to come give a testimony, if anybody asks you to come and just share your story, man, bring a camera, set your phone up, ask somebody to use your phone to record it. Don't rely on somebody else to use their phone because they might not send you the video, or the video might be too big, and now how are we going to get it to you? You leave space on your phone at all times to be able to record content, and at any time you have the opportunity, capture it. And even throughout your everyday, like getting up in the morning, if you do this process right and you want to create a personal brand, the amount of content that you have to create to keep up with the plan is going to be like, hey, I need to just be recording me making a bowl of cereal this morning because I ain't plant nothing for right now. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you're doing, you can throw in a little bit of your real life is what I'm saying when it comes to building a personal brand. All right, so in the documenting your process portion of this whole process, I'm going to teach you a way of how to take a video like this, a long piece of form content, and we're going to post it into certain areas, and then we're going to break up that content and post it into other social platforms. I know that might sound a little crazy just coming out, but it's basically 3 levels. So if you think about an upside down pyramid, right? You got a whole big space up top, you got a little space down bottom. So to help you out, you can draw this down on your piece of paper. Draw upside down pyramid, and up top you got pillar content. Your pillar content is like the good stuff. It's like the long form video. It's the entire keynote speech. It's the entire interview. It's the entire show, right? That's the pillar content. So a piece of content that is long form, audio, video, which all other content is derived. So these pillar content, these pieces of pillar content is what we're going to use to derive all the other content, all the smaller pieces of content, right? So the smaller pieces of content is called micro content. We're going to repurpose micro content from the pillar content. This is basically short form pieces of content, like an article for Medium, or an article for a blog, a meme for social media, an image, a quote, stories for Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook, mashup videos, remix videos, a rant, a GIF, or anything of that nature. Like whatever is not that big video. We're going to take segments of that big video and we're going to chop it up into smaller segments called micro content. That makes sense? So how I just gave you 3 different sections and then I gave you a process, I can break down and just give you the social platforms that you need to be relevant on social media in 2018. And I can make a video just saying Facebook, Instagram, podcast, YouTube, Twitter, Medium, LinkedIn. And that's the whole video. You know what I mean? Off of this video that I just created. I can chop that up and just use that segment. All right, so those are the first 2 steps. The third step is I'm going to distribute all the content on relevant social platforms once I've created all of it. I create the long form video. We create that piece of content. We take the segments of the video and create videos, smaller videos, create photos, create memes, create GIFs, create articles, create stories. Instagram, IGTV conversions is a big thing. IGTV conversions is a really, really big thing. So we're gonna take all of that. We're gonna convert it into whatever format is needed for that platform, for that distribution channel. So Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and Snapchat and IGTV are all horizontal form video, right? So we know that when we're creating that, that's a separate process than creating for Facebook and YouTube, long form video. All right, then we're going to distribute it. All right, so here's what it looks like. The pillar content, when we create a long form video like this, we're going to put that on Facebook. We're going to put it in a podcast. We're going to put it in YouTube, and we're going to put it in IGTV. That's where the long form video goes. So whenever we create a long piece of content like this, we know that this long video is going in those 4 platforms. So the first 3 is pretty easy. Facebook and YouTube is basically going to be the same video. YouTube might be edited a little bit different because of how YouTube looks, right? You're going to have a different intro, and then the end you're going to have the recommended video thumbnails, so you can go to that video. All right, so when you break down the pillar content, micro content in the stories are going to be LinkedIn, of course, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. So as you can see, Instagram wasn't even mentioned in the pillar content because we're not going to put long form video on Instagram. Why? Because you can't put longer videos than a minute, right? Unless you're putting in IGTV, then it can go up to 10 minutes, 30 if you're a verified account over 10,000 followers, right? If you're a verified account on Instagram with over 10,000 followers, you can get up to 30 minutes in IGTV videos. Right now, for the rest of our normal people, you can only get 10 minutes. But IGTV, that's more than what we could get on regular Instagram, right? Snapchat, of course, is going to be a micro content when we break down the horizontal videos. LinkedIn is going to be micro content because it's also going to be for articles. So broken down from the pillar content, we got micro content and we got articles, right? Articles is going to be the written format. Q&As on Quora.com, Medium articles, your blog, email, newsletter. Like if you create an email list and you get a whole bunch of people who want to subscribe to your email and say, hey, every time I drop a new beat, I'll push it out to you in email. You can check it out. Would you like that? They say yes. Then you create a big email list. That way you can let them know when you got specials and you got appearances and when you got things going on, right? Because this is bigger than just you selling beats. This is you as a personal brand, and your audience wants to know that you're going to be downtown Columbia at the Civic Center at 4:00 and everybody want to come see you and get an autograph. I'm going to send y'all email and let y'all know when I'm going to be in your city. Stuff like that, like literally celebrity level off of doing this process right here. All right, you got any questions so far? All right. Last thing I'm going to go over with you, and then we're going to actually go into what this looks like on video. or what this process looks like, starting with this video. The first round of micro content is ultimately used to drive views to the pillar content. So that's what I want you to remember when we create that big video for Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, IGTV, and YouTube. Everything that we do after that is to push everybody to those 3 platforms. Snapchat, we want you to go watch our video on YouTube or IGTV. You see what I'm saying? When you're looking at the micro content, Twitter, when you tweet, you're tweeting about the content around the content that we published in the pillar content. You're gonna tweet about the subject, right? And then you're gonna tell people, for more information, check out this video on YouTube. For more information, check out this video on Facebook. You're gonna be using this micro content to drive views and listens to the pillar content into the podcast. So what it kind of looks like in a time schedule, when you distribute that pillar and micro content, your pillar content should be planned to post at noon, right? All your pillar content. So we create this video, we create and schedule it to go out tomorrow morning at noon on Facebook, Instagram, IGTV, and YouTube. And then at 12:01, we schedule the micro content to post right behind it. So this might take like a 2-day process if we do it in real time, right? Because it's a lot of work. But you want to be able to, at minimum, post 1 of the pillar contents and 4 of the micro contents in the same day. They don't have to be at 12:01 and 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? You could post the pillar content at noon and then post 1 of the pieces of micro content in the morning, 1 of the pieces of micro content in the afternoon. Just depends on if it's finished and ready to shoot out there. You might still be editing, right? Especially when we don't have a team. It's just us. And then the very, very final step in this whole process is to get community insights. This is really a 2-step process because this takes you back into building more micro content. All right. So the community insights is basically after you've distributed all your content onto your platforms. The videos are out there, the photos are out there, the memes are out there, the articles are out there. People's liking, and what else are they doing? They're commenting, right? You're going to go and listen to those comments. You're going to listen to that community, and you're going to find out what pieces of content and what information really resonated with them. You're going to listen to the community talking about your content, right? And you're going to find out, like, what did they like about it? What do they want to learn more about? What do they don't like about it? What do they disagree with? What are they saying about your content? You're going to go back into the community. You're going to engage with them, talk with them, reply with them, and then you're going to see what resonated with them. Then you're going to apply the insights from your audience by making more micro content of the sections that stood out most to your audience. So out of everything that we did, the community is going to tell us what they like the most. You know what I mean? We're going to put out the videos. We're going to put out all the articles and the photos and the memes and the pictures and stuff. And then in the comments, people's going to be like, yeah, you suck. I hate you. I disagree. I don't like that. I think this is wrong. Yada, yada, yada. And then we can do replies in video format. We can create article replies in video format. We can elaborate. Like if somebody says, I really like when you mentioned the, Alexa devices, right? Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. I really like how you mentioned how the smart speakers are really taking over the voice control and the convenience of being able to control home devices, stuff like that, right? So then boom, somebody said that in the comment just because you and I was talking in the video when I was interviewing you, and that came out. So now we can take that piece of content, take that community insight, and create a whole nother video talking specifically about how we utilize AELXA in our business and in our lives at home. You know what I mean? That's that final step. And this content right here, this content is the most valuable of all the content because it's community driven. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to the market, and they're telling you what they like, what they don't like. They're telling you what they want to hear and what they don't want to hear. They're telling you what they want to know and what they don't want to know. And if you listen to them, you'll know exactly how to get and maintain their attention and other people like them, right? And that's how you build a community. That's how you build an audience. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you build a brand on social media. Hey, thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe on all social platforms, Elite Pierre. That's ELITE PIE. And I'll see you on the next video. Yeah!